Welcome back to The Bright Side. Thanks for joining us. We're talking about one of the more interesting nutritional supplements, something called choline. As important as the stuff is, it wasn't really recognized as an essential nutrient, or at least a conditionally essential nutrient, until the late 1990s. Just last week, an article was published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition that suggested that pregnant moms should be getting more choline to support healthy fetal development, the development of the fetus, as well as to prevent birth defects. Choline is an important substance for all periods of rapid growth. It helps the body turn fats into structural elements, especially structural elements in the nervous system. So you eat fat, and then choline is partially involved, at least, in turning that fat and the fatty substance into nerve cell membranes and various various membranes, various cell membranes, liver cell membranes, brain cell membranes, etc. It's not just for fetal and infant growth either. Bodybuilders benefit from choline. Athletes benefit from choline. And choline may also play an important role in speeding recovery from surgical procedures. But clearly, the development of the fetus and the infant are primary biological nutritional roles for choline, especially for the health of the brain, the baby's brain, the infant's brain, the fetus's brain and nervous system, and especially for memory functions and intellectual functions, an area in the brain called the hippocampus, which is thought to be responsible for most intellectual functions and memory functions, is especially dependent on choline. As a mother's breast milk develops, as it turns from colostrum or first milk into more mature milk over time, the choline levels of the milk nearly doubles from the time it's first formed as colostrum until it matures into fully functioning breast milk. And this implies that as the fetus, or as the infant, is growing, its choline needs become more and more dramatic. I've been reading Dr. Wallach's new book, Epigenetics. We're going to be talking about this a lot in the coming days. This thing is a magnificent, magnificent book. It's titled Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. And it's really a kind of a walk through all human thinking about health, from the days of shamans and cave people all the way to the days of the genetic theory in the 20th and 21st century. Dr. Wallach makes the case in the book, and he's made the case for a long time, that there's no genetic diseases. And every time Doc makes this claim, and he's made it for years, he's been making it for, at least 10 or 15 years, that there's no genetic diseases. And every time he says this, you can hear mainstream medicine's collective groan or collective scream. How can Doc Wallach say there's no genetic diseases? But when you think about it, what Dr. Wallach really means is, and it's hard to argue this point, what he really means is that genetic breakdowns are caused by the cells in the fetus. The cells of the developing infant or the developing baby in the womb are not getting their nutrients. The cells aren't getting their nutrients, and that turns into genetic disorders. Genes need nutrition. Just like any other part of a cell needs nutrition, so do genes. Genes need B vitamins, genes need minerals, genes need various antioxidants for protection. Genes need nutrients, as does every other subsystem in a subcellular system in the body. Everything needs nutrition. Genes in a cell respond to the nutritional and biochemical environment just like anything else does. The genes are sitting inside the nucleus, which is sitting inside the cell, and the whole shebang needs nutrition. The cell needs nutrition, the substructures in the cell need nutrition, and the genetics need nutrition. Without essential nutrients, genetic dysfunction is inevitable. Without the basic mighty 90 nutrients that the mother must be getting in order for the genes and the fetal genes to develop correctly, genetic dysfunction is inevitable. Birth defects are inevitable, and so-called genetic diseases become more likely. But the point is, the problem is not the genetics. The problem is not the genes. The problem is the nutrients that then, or the lack of nutrients, that then affect the genes. You guys get this? It's so important. Nobody's saying there's no diseases that a baby can come out of the womb with. That's obvious. There are diseases that babies are born with, but don't blame the genes. The genes are simply responding to the environment that they're sitting in, what the nutritional status of the cell is. And where does that nutritional status get developed? From the foods we eat and the supplements we take. Genes are negatively affected when nutrition is lacking. If the genes are negatively affected enough, you're going to get a birth defect. The baby will have a birth defect, or a so-called genetic disease. In terms of choline, well, choline is not strictly essential in the sense that your body can make choline. It's conditionally essential for the health of the maternal and fetal environment, for the genetics of the fetus, as well as for the appropriate development of the infant. An essential nutrient is a nutrient that the human body cannot make. An essential nutrient is a substance that the body needs, but it cannot make. And you see how important this is? It's like air. Air is an essential nutrient, an essential substance. It's not a nutrient. It's an essential substance. You can't make air. You got to breathe air. Essential nutrients are the same way. An essential nutrient is a nutrient that mom can't make, and that a fetus can't make, and that an infant can't make, that nobody can make. Now, choline, as I say, is not essential in the sense that we can make it, but it's conditionally essential in the sense that we don't make enough, and a fetus doesn't make enough, and a mother doesn't make enough. That means without choline, birth defects, genetic defects are much, much more likely. Developmental effects are much, much more likely, especially as it affects the brain and the nervous system of the growing and developing baby. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll continue this discussion when we come back from our break. You're listening to The Bright Side.
Friends, this is Alex Jones for MidasResources.com. For more than 15 years, I have exclusively used Midas Resources for all my precious metal needs. Whether it's bullion or collectibles you're looking for, Midas Resources is simply the best. I own my gold as a hedge against inflation. This Federal Reserve fiat currency could go the way of the Deutschmark and the Weimar Republic anytime. In these historically dangerous times, it makes sense to physically hold gold and silver. Midas already has some of the best deals in the industry. But if you give them a call and mention the radio special, they will give you a list of the day's super specials. Midas brokers are standing by to answer all your questions at 800-686-2237. They also have a lot of informative free literature explaining the opportunities and risk of holding precious metals. They are ready to answer your questions at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237. Right now is the time to jumpstart your health with the new 30% discount from InfoWarsHealth.com. Secure the all-new Tangy Tangerine 2.0 with certified organic ingredients that are non-GMO and better tasting than ever for an exclusive 30% off discount when you sign up at InfoWarsHealth.com. That's 30% off retail when you become a distributor at InfoWarsHealth.com. You've heard me talk about Tangy Tangerine for years now, and you've heard others talk about what it's done for them. Take the challenge. Try it for the first time, or even reorder your Tangy Tangerine and other great longevity products like Pollen Burst or the Alex Pack, all for 30% off when you visit InfoWarsHealth.com. This is a fantastic opportunity to be able to try out the hundreds of amazing products at InfoWarsHealth.com and get 30% off on products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. Visit InfoWarsHealth.com to get started today. You can also sign up for auto ship and get free shipping. 30% off and free shipping. It's all available exclusively at InfoWarsHealth.com today.
It's time to build your own emergency food stockpile with the industry leader, My Patriot Supply. Once you try them, you'll know why so many Americans like you have made them part of their emergency preparedness plan. Experience the My Patriot Supply difference today with this unbelievable offer. Right now, a 4-week food supply is only $99, and that includes free shipping. That's 50% off the online price. Call 800-274-3070 to claim yours. Limit 2 per caller while supplies last. This offer isn't available online, so you want to make sure and grab this opportunity to get prepared today. 800-274-3070 to get your 4-week food supply for the incredible price of only $99, and it'll be shipped to you completely free. Call 800-274-3070 right now. That's 800-274-3070 to claim yours while supplies last. Don't wait. Call today.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Walland Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Walland Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall and Associates, 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.
So I want to remind you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories and blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does such a fine job at pharmacistben.com. Okay, we're talking about choline, really interesting nutrient that you don't hear a lot about. Really, the research on choline has gotten fast and furious. Lots of articles have appeared on choline in the last 15 years. It was only around 1997 or 1998 that choline was appreciated as an essential or a conditionally essential nutrient, especially for brain health, especially for the health of the nervous system, and also for the health of the liver. Folks who have liver diseases tend to be deficient in choline. Choline can be considered one of the B vitamins. It's water soluble, which means every time we go to the bathroom, every time we urinate, it's excreted out. This idea of excreting out your B vitamins and your vitamin C as well, and your electrolytes, is very important to recognize. We've said so many times in the program, there's two types of nutrients. You got water-soluble nutrients. Those are nutrients that dissolve in water. And then you have fat-soluble nutrients, nutrients that dissolve in fat. Your fat-soluble nutrients are more like long-term nutrients because they're stored. Fatty material is sticky and it tends to get stored. Unlike water-soluble materials, the B complex, electrolytes like potassium and sodium and magnesium and calcium, and vitamin C, all are urinated out. That means the more water you're drinking, the more likely it is that you're going to be deficient in these nutrients. Same thing if you wake up in the morning after you've gone to the bathroom a couple of times, urinated a couple times in the middle of the night. Most of us tend to be tired. Well, one of the reasons we're tired first thing in the morning is because we're deficient in our energizing, quick-acting nutrients, the B complex, vitamin C, and electrolytes. The fat-soluble nutrients, your vitamins D, E, A, and K, and essential fatty acids, they're more long-term type nutrients for building things. The water-soluble nutrients are for quick energy. And one of the reasons we're fatigued in the morning is because we've lost these quick energy nutrients. That's why it's so important, especially if you're drinking water, a lot of water, or especially if you've gone to the bathroom a few times or more in the middle of the night, that you replace those water-soluble nutrients with your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. If you're drinking 16 ounces of water every few hours or so, make sure that at least one of those 16-ounce bottles has some Beyond Tangy Tangerine in it. That way you'll be replacing the B vitamins, the vitamin C, and the electrolytes that you're urinating out as you go to the bathroom. Choline is a B vitamin-like substance. It's got a watery nature, but it's also got a fatty nature. It's kind of has a ambidextrous kind of quality. It's watery as well as fatty. It's watery, which means you're going to be excreting it out as you go to the bathroom. On the other hand, choline is also very important for the fatty part of the body. In fact, choline is one of the most important of all fat processing nutrients. Deficiencies in choline will typically affect the liver, the brain, and the nervous system, all of which are dramatically affected, for better or for worse, by fat metabolism. Choline's dual nature, its fatty nature and watery nature, it's got fatty aspects and watery aspects, makes it ideal for membranes. Membranes have both fatty and watery characteristics. Membranes have to have this fatty and watery nature for them to do their separating work. Membranes separate compartments in the body. Membranes are made of fat. They're like little slices of fat that act to separate two watery compartments. That means they have to have both a fatty nature and a watery nature in order to do their separating work more effectively. Thus, choline, which in its various forms and its various derivatives can function as both a fatty and watery substance, is always going to be found stored in membranes. Membranes can be thought of as a magic bridge or a magical transformation area where water from inside a cell gets converted into the fat of the membrane first, which then gets converted back into the watery compartment on the other side of the membrane. A membrane is like a transition space between two watery compounds. You've got the watery watery compound, a cell membrane anyway. You got a watery compound inside the cell. You got a membrane, and then you've got the outside watery world that the cell is residing in. The body is made up of these cells. Each cell has an inside, a membrane, and then an outside. Inside, membrane, and then an outside. And this membrane is really, really fascinating. On the TV show Star Trek, when the spaceship or the Starship Enterprise goes from regular speed to warp speed, there's this little bumpy transformation as the starship or the spaceship jumps to the higher speed. If you guys watch Star Trek, you know what I'm talking about. There's a little bumpy ride that the Enterprise goes through as it jumps speeds. This bumpy ride always occurs as transformations from one state go to another state. This bump that occurs as one speed is changing to the next is a type of membrane. Anytime there's a transformation, there's going to be a period of adjustment, and that period of adjustment can be thought of as a membrane. When it comes to the cells of the body, the watery inside world of a cell is kept separated from the watery outside world of a cell by the membrane, which must, by definition, be a layer of fat. If it wasn't a layer of fat, it couldn't separate the two watery compartments, the watery inside from the watery outside. And this layer of fat between two phases of water represents a transition from the inside to the outside. The membrane is fatty, which from a chemical standpoint is of a different nature than the inside and outside. It's got inside, then membrane, then outside, and this different chemical makeup, this fatty nature of the membrane as opposed to the watery nature of the inside and outside, is what accounts for its ability to segregate the inside world of a cell from the outside environment that cell is sitting in. If there's no difference between the inside and the outside, if there's no membrane in the middle, they're just going to blend into each other, and you're not going to have your boundary. It's like a fence that surrounds a city. If there's no fence that surrounded the city, or if the fence wasn't different from the inside of the city and the outside of the city, the two would blend together. A fence or a wall acts to distinguish the inside from the outside because it's a different nature. It has a different different makeup than the inside and the outside. A membrane, from a microscopic perspective, from a nanoscopic perspective, is like a wall. It's like a fence. It's like the little bumpy part in the transformation from regular speed to warp speed. In terms of the membrane, choline acts like a stabilizing force. It's like the bricks of a wall or the bricks of a fence. It forms the solidity or the solid structure of this fatty slice that separates the membrane, that separates the inside from the outside. Choline is membranous. Think membrane, think choline. Hang tight. We'll finish up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Attention! Do you owe money to the IRS or have years of unfiled returns? Are you being audited or receiving threatening letters? If the answer is yes, you need help. The IRS can seize your property and assets, impose fines and penalties, garnish your wages, and even go after your bank account. Don't take on the IRS by yourself. Don't let the IRS destroy your life. Take action now. Call our team of experts for a free and confidential initial evaluation. We've helped thousands resolve their tax problems. Let us help you. 800-261-7073. 800-261-7073.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your Youngevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Hear that? That's the sound of a house being trashed while a gang of thieves ransack the place. And what they don't steal will be destroyed.
You can prevent being the next victim of a break-in. Go to faketv.com and discover a device that creates the illusion someone inside is watching TV, even when you're miles away. Security is a mindset, and Fake TV should be part of your security solution. Be vigilant, but not fearful. faketv.com.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Welcome back to The Bright Side. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben. We're talking about choline and membranes. There's actually a derivative of choline called cytocholine, which has some really interesting properties for stabilizing cell membranes. This idea of the membrane is so important when it comes to health. We've said on The Bright Side that all disease is cell disease, but really all disease is cell membrane disease. And why is this important? Well, it's important because if you got a messed up cell membrane, any nutritional supplements that you take, any hormonal supplements that you take, even any medications that you take, aren't going to be operating with full effectiveness. This is especially true when it comes to nutritional supplements as well as to hormones. And as we get older, one of the things that happens to our bodies is our cell membranes start to break down. That means our hormones, if we're taking hormone replacement therapy or even our hormones that our body naturally makes, will not work as effectively. And it also means that nutrients won't work as effectively either. It also means that oxygen, so important for energizing a cell, won't get into a cell as effectively. And it also means that poison and toxins won't leave a cell as effectively. Thus, the unbelievable, unspeakable importance of the cell membrane and the health of the cell membrane. How do you keep your cell membranes healthy? Well, first of all, you want to make sure you got enough fats, good fats, essential fatty acids and such in your diet. Secondly, you want to make sure you have enough nutrients in your diet, especially choline and lecithin, which is the primary source of choline in the American diet. Just another important aspect of lecithin. We've talked about lecithin as a supplement for helping us process fats. Well, lecithin, as it turns out, is also a great source of choline. Would it surprise you if I told you that there's an awesome longevity product that doesn't even have choline on the label, but yet it's a great supplement for helping build up your own natural choline? This is a supplement that we've talked about a lot. It's a longevity supplement. And it doesn't say choline on the label, but there's an ingredient in this supplement that can actually be transformed into choline. We will tell you what that is tomorrow on our next Bright Side episode, so you're going to want to tune in for that. Time to hit our phones. 855-660-4261 is our number. We do have a couple lines open for you. 855-660-4261. Let's go to Pennsylvania and welcome Dolly to the Bright Side. What's going on, Dolly? How you doing?
Hi, Hi, Ben. Kudos to you. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Dolly, I recognize
Hi, yeah.
you.
Good,
What's going on?
Good. We missed you. I was so
you.
surprised, but I'm really happy for the public listening to you, especially. I'm thinking you need shared with everyone.
I appreciate
and I
that,
need to, when I hang up, I need to get the radio station so in Pennsylvania I can be listening.
I appreciate
you already
that.
have me interested for tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What's going on today?
I have a problem since you left.
Oh, I bet I know what your problem is. You can't get that cream anymore.
Right. Nobody can probably make that. When I saw Dr. Baji, they gave me a new pharmacist, and when I asked her without giving the list that you, my daughter, who is a little brighter than me, had asked you for the ingredient list, and she had received it from you a time ago, and she says, I have that, but of course it doesn't say how to mix the amounts, so I didn't give it to anyone, but I asked for their formula, and when I saw it, it was nothing like yours, and I thought, I need to talk to Ben.
I'll take care of you. I'm starting a new company, a new skincare company here. I got some legal hoops I got to jump through first, but you're on my list to call. Both you and your daughter, Michelle, are on my list to call first as soon as that gets set up. Is there anything I can help you with today?
Well, tell me how long, because I'm down to hardly any left in the jar.
You know what? Why don't you do this, Dolly? Send me an email, ben@ksco.com, and I'm going to send you some complimentary products. If I have any of that other stuff left. Ben
what?
K for King, S for Sam, C for Cat, O for Oscar, ksco.com. Put your phone number on there, too. I'd like to have, I don't think I have it, actually. And I think I owe Michelle a call, by the way. I don't think I called her back. But in any case, put your phone number, put your address, and then I'll give you a call maybe later today or tomorrow, and we'll figure something out. I'll get you some stuff.
Okay, make sure I have that right. Ben, K-S.
No, Ben at ksco.com.
Okay, Ben at ksco.com. We'll do. Okay.
Thanks so much, Dolly. Keep listening to the program, because I'll be making announcements about my new skincare stuff here in the coming days and weeks.
Okay. What radio station do I tune in from Pennsylvania to
I don't know. I'll look into it, and when you send me an email, I'll respond back to you.
Great.
Thanks, Dolly.
Hey,
good to hear from you.
Ben, you're so good, Ben. Thanks.
Thank you. God bless. That's awesome. I know Dolly from my other career as a skincare pharmacist. And for those of you who have inquired about my skincare products, hopefully I'll be as soon as I get through my legal stuff. Hopefully we'll have some products coming out, and we'll be telling you more about that in the coming days and weeks. Okay, 855-660-4261. Let's head to Michigan and welcome James to the bright side. What's up, James? How you doing, buddy?
Hello, Ben.
Hey, James.
My mother is 83 years old.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Very active.
Nice.
And as far as I'm concerned, she's in good health.
Okay.
She just reported to me that she went to the doctor for a checkup.
Okay.
The doctor says that her kidneys are only performing at 15%.
Really? And she didn't know that?
No, she did not know that.
That's interesting, because that's kidney failure. 15% is considered kidney failure. There's different stages of kidney disease, and they base it on how well your kidney filters stuff out. If it's at 15%, you're looking at kidney failure, and that's pretty severe. They didn't say anything about dialysis or anything?
Not yet. I was just curious. Is there?
You sure she didn't say 50? You sure she didn't say 50%, 50? Because that's more typical. Less than 15 or less is pretty serious. And yeah?
I think I'm quite sure she said 15%.
Well, I would get a second opinion. I would be getting a second opinion. She's certainly wise to be worried about it. That's pretty severe stuff. That's kidney failure, as I say. So, a couple things. When your kidneys are messed up, you just need more of the same things that everybody needs, and that's potassium and calcium and phosphorus and protein. Got to watch out a little bit more carefully with your sodium, but you just need the basics, but just more of them, and it's more imperative. Now, if she's 83 years old and she's doing well, she's probably taking care of something, because at the age of 83, most of us are falling apart pretty good. So if she's out there exercising and walking around, and she appears to be fine and feels healthy at the age of 83, I would say she's probably doing a good job. And I don't understand how she could be in kidney failure and not know it. In any case, get her on the Ultimate Daily. Make sure that she's using the entire Healthy Start Pack, and that's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Ultimate EFAs, and the Osteo FX. You want to make sure she's got a good source of protein. Whey protein is going to be the best. But if she has a problem with whey, she's going to have to go over to hemp seed protein, which is the second best source of protein. She may also want to try egg protein, which is also a good source of protein, as long as she can eat eggs. And Let me think a couple other things for you here real quick, and then I'll let you continue. If she can do legumes, those are also good sources of protein. And then the electrolytes. Vegetable juice is also a great source of electrolytes. Have her get a Vitamix and make her own vegetable juices. She can also, if she doesn't want to go out and get a Vitamix, she can use a regular juicer, but she's going to miss the fiber. Vitamix allows you to keep the fiber. And have her doing vegetable waters. Vegetable waters are a little different from vegetable juices in the sense that a vegetable water just has a couple pieces of cucumber dissolved or mixed in with some water, as opposed to a juice, which is just the pure vegetable. So if you're using vegetable waters, vegetable juices, those are also great sources of electrolytes. In addition to the Healthy Start Pack and the Ultimate Daily. Hang tight, we'll finish up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Positive results from satisfied customers of Heart and Body Extract continue to pour into our website, hbextract.com.
This is Al from New Jersey. One day I saw your ad for Heart and Body Extract, and it mentioned that it would help me with angina, so I decided to order. I figure I had nothing to lose.
Heart and Body Extract supplies your body with everything it needs to balance itself and maintain optimal heart and circulatory health with no negative side effects.
I took the formula 3 times a day as directed, and I kid you not, within 4 days my angina pain was completely gone.
Order HB Extract by calling 866-295-5305 or online at hbextract.com. That's 866-295-5305 or hbextract.com.
I could not believe it actually stopped the pain. Heart and Body Extract actually works. This is just an amazing product. Even the numbness in my hands is completely gone.
Heart and Body Extract for a long and healthy life.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
you guys living in the Arkansas area, I'll be doing a talk in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, just outside Little Rock on Friday, May the 9th. That's a week from this Friday. And then if you're in the Indianapolis area, that's for Pete Greenway, by the way. And then if you're in the Indianapolis area, I'm going to be doing a talk for my friend Richard Stocks on Thursday, May the 22nd. On May the 9th in Hot Springs, I'll be with Dr. Wallach. And I think we're trying to set up a little interview where I talk to Dr. Wallach about his book Epigenetics. Instead of just doing a presentation, I'll be doing a presentation with Dr. Wallach on stage, interviewing him about his book Epigenetics. It's not 100% sure yet. We're still trying to work out the details of that. In any case, I will definitely be in Hot Springs, Arkansas on May the 9th and in Indianapolis on May the 22nd. If you're in the area, hope we get to see you. Okay, James in Michigan, continuing on with kidney issues. James says his mom was diagnosed with kidney failure. Did they call it kidney failure? They just said she had less than a 15% filtration rate.
Well, she didn't exactly call it kidney failure, but of course I naturally knew it was a kidney failure.
That's pretty much officially kidney failure at 15% filtration. In any case, Ultimate Daily, Healthy Start Pack, make sure she's getting enough protein. You want to be a little bit careful of phosphorus. A lot of foods contain phosphorus, especially dairy can be a source of high phosphorus. And there's also phosphorus food additives. Phosphorus is one of the most important food additives, or one of the most prevalent food additives. And look for phosphates or phosphorus or phosphates. They come in various terms on your ingredient deck when you're using processed food. Probably just best to stay away from processed food, actually. But if you are going to use processed food, look on the ingredient deck for the word phosphorus or phosphates, and those are foods that you're going to want to stay away from. If you have a kidney problem, you may not be eliminating phosphorus as effectively, and that can cause problems. So stay away from processed foods. Dairy, nuts, and beans can also be sources of phosphorus, as well as perhaps beer. If she's a beer drinker, which I doubt, that can be also a source of phosphorus. So anyway, that's just FYI. Anything else, James?
I was thinking about eggs. She does eat eggs.
Eggs are great. If she can handle eggs, make sure she can handle them, though. A lot of times we think we can handle them, but we end up with digestive health issues. But it doesn't sound like she's got any health problems. So eggs probably a good source of protein for her. Protein is very important for everybody, especially for elderly folks, frail folks, post-surgery, pre-surgery. These are all groups of folks who need more protein, and you don't want to skimp on her protein as long as she has no problems processing it. Got to move on, James. Unless you have something real quick for us.
Yarrow tea.
What's that?
Yarrow tea.
Yarrow tea's good. Yarrow tea's good. All herbal teas are good, and they're great sources of electrolytes as long as she can handle it. It could be a good beverage for her. Thanks so much for your call, buddy. Appreciate it. Moving on to Ron in Texas. Welcome to the bright side, my friend. What's going on?
Is this me?
This is
Did
you.
you get me?
You're you and I'm me, as far as I know. Anyway, Ron.
Hey, Ben, I'm 80 years old now, and I've been speaking to you for about roughly a year. I'm in really great shape, and
awesome.
I take supplements, and I do the right things. The trouble I've had since approximately age 77 is a drop in my libido. I just don't get erections anymore, and I can't ejaculate. I mean, it just is.
Okay, well, these are part and parcel with the aging process. Your blood pressure's okay, and blood fats and cholesterol and all that stuff. You had that checked, I take it? Okay. That's you. And no diabetes or any weight gain?
No diabetes.
Okay, let me give you a couple libido nutrients. One of the most important is zinc. Zinc is important. Zinc, absolutely must have. In fact, zinc's a must have for everybody. It's the major building nutrient. It's involved in all anabolic or building processes in the body. Has a major role to play in sexual chi or sexual energy. Very important for testosterone metabolism. Super important for the skin, for skin healing, anti-wrinkles, for acne, for psoriasis and eczema. And it can help get you, I think I can say Woody on the air. Can I say that? Help get you one of those. You know what I'm talking about, Ron.
I know.
Zinc 50 milligrams a day. Look for zinc picolinate. That's right. The best is picolinate, and that's P as in Paul, I-C-O-L. I-N-A-T. Okay, good. And then always balance your zinc out with copper. If you start to take in zinc, you may end up deficient in copper, and vice versa. For those of us who are taking copper or getting copper through our water from copper pipes, we may run deficient in zinc. So zinc and copper go together. 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate, 2 to 4 milligrams of copper. If you're using your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, you'll get some copper there. Dr. Wallach loves copper, and as well as he should, because it's an awesome mineral. Copper is important for hair. It's important for blood vessels. Copper is one of the major detoxing minerals, and you'll get 1 milligram or so per 2 scoops in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, but it's a good idea to get 2 to 4 milligrams of copper. Look for chelated copper to balance your zinc. Chelated copper. And I'm sorry to be going fast, but I want to see if I can finish up my calls here today. The second important libido nutrient is vitamin E. 400 international units of vitamin E, as I've said before in the program. Tocopherol, which is the name for vitamin E, the Latin name for vitamin E, means to bear children, and that's because vitamin E is involved in fertility, although it does also has some pro-libido properties. You might want to think about progesterone cream, which can be very helpful for the libido, especially for older folks. Progesterone levels drop really fast as we get older. Applying some progesterone cream to your inner part of your arm or the inner part of your thigh 4 or 5 days a week may help you with your libido, may have a relaxing effect. One of the most important pro-libido strategies is to relax. When we're under stress, whether it's emotional stress or mental stress or physiologic stress, our body doesn't really think sex is that important, as, you know, makes sense, right? It's worried about surviving. The last thing it's going to concern itself is about sex. So using relaxation strategies, hot tubs, massages, deep breathing, all of these can have pro-libido functions, pro-libido benefits, and then relaxation nutrients like progesterone, which isn't really a nutrient, but it's a hormone-like substance, that can help. And DHEA also may help you. And then magnesium is probably the most important of the relaxing minerals, relaxing nutrients that you can use, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of magnesium a day. And then protein probably is also a good idea. The amino acid arginine can be very helpful. That's going to be found in nuts as well as in high protein foods, maybe 5 grams, anywhere from 1 to 5 grams of arginine powder a day, as well as whey protein, which will get you some arginine too. Soy protein actually is also a good source of arginine. So those are some good ideas for you. Thanks. Anything else?
Can I expect a return to somewhat?
I can't tell you because I don't know your health condition, but I can definitely tell you can expect to have a greater libido. I can't tell you if you're going to have a return because I don't know where you're at this point or where you were before you started.
It was pretty high.
It was pretty high. Well, yeah. I would suspect that you should notice some pretty good results within a week or two. I can't tell you if you're going to get completely back to where you were, but you should be satisfied. At the very least, you're going to have more get up and go and more chi if you do all the things we just told you about. Thanks so much, Ron. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay. Have a beautiful day, buddy. All right. Walter in Florida, got about a minute and a half. What's going on, my friend? How can we help you? Walter? Do we have Walter? I think we have. Hey, Walter.
Yes.
What's going on, bro?
Wife had surgery in January, hysterectomy surgery.
Your wife did?
Yes.
Okay.
Against my best opinion, but she went through it anyway. She trusted her doctor.
Okay. Not always the best move, but go ahead.
No, I want to ask you if you could do a talk show on hysterectomy surgery and have somebody called Nora Coffey on your show.
I'm sorry. Walter, you're cutting out a little bit. What kind of surgery did you say?
Hysterectomy.
Hysterectomy surgery. You want me to have a show about hysterectomy? I would love to do that. This is a very important subject. I'll tell you right now, unless you got cancer, you don't want a hysterectomy. You don't want to have any organs removed. This is so important, you guys. Every darn organ in the body, every system in the body is there for a reason. That includes your gallbladder. That includes your female reproductive system. That includes your breasts. That includes every structure in the body, the appendix, whatever system, part of the body the doctor tells you don't need. You need. They're not there. They wouldn't be there if you didn't need them. Now, if you have cancer, that's different. But fibroids and cysts are not endometriosis. These are not reasons to have your female reproductive system butchered out of your body. Now, if they've been taken out, there are things that you can do. So don't be, don't freak out too much. There's things that you could do, but it just means that you have to take extra care with your body. If you have a hysterectomy, it becomes extra important that you focus on fats and fat metabolism. This is the most important effect of hysterectomy surgery, of having your uterus removed and having your womb removed, having your ovaries removed. You're going to start to have your fat processing compromised. And we spent a lot of time at the beginning of the program talking about how important fat processing is, especially as it regards choline. So, Walter, got to wind down here, but have your wife focus on fat metabolism first and foremost. That is, use digestive enzymes, use lecithin, use apple cider vinegar after meals. I would be throwing in some pancreatin as well. Get on the Biolumin Nightly Essence and make sure she's getting her essential fatty acids, her Healthy Start Pack nutrients. I'd be getting on the Healthy Start Pack right away. And then also vitamin A, key player in building the body, the fatty vitamin A, as well as vitamin E and vitamin K, and maybe even vitamin D as well, although the sun is always going to be your best source of vitamin D. Thanks for your call, Walter. Appreciate it. And thanks for your letters. Thanks for your Facebooks. Appreciate all of you guys. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about choline. I'll tell you about a longevity product that doesn't have choline on the label, but has an ingredient that your body can turn into choline. We'll tell you about that tomorrow on The Bright Side. If you're interested in joining the Bright Side Ben team, you can call the phone team at 866-7.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.